The key reasons behind India's success as a democracy, while Pakistan and Bangladesh have struggled with military intervention, lie in historical choices, institutional strength, political culture, and leadership. Here's a breakdown of the major factors. Chapter 1. Historical foundations and leadership. India. After independence in 1947, India's founding leaders, particularly Jawaharlal Nehru, laid a strong foundation for democratic institutions, a free press, and a robust judiciary. Nehru and his successors ensured civilian control over the military. Pakistan and Bangladesh. Pakistan, from its early years, saw weak civilian leadership and military dominance, leading to frequent coups. 1958, 1977, 1999. Bangladesh, after its independence in 1971, initially embraced democracy but saw military coups in 1975 and military-backed rule later. 2. Civil-military relations. India. The Indian military was kept strictly under civilian control, with no role in politics. The first commander-in-chief of independent India, Field Marshal K.M. Cariappa, set a precedent of military non-interference. The political leadership reinforced this culture. Pakistan and Bangladesh. Pakistan's military gained power early, taking over governance due to weak political institutions and frequent instability. Bangladesh faced military rule in the late 1970s and 1980s, with generals like Ziaur Rahman and Hussein Mohammad Ershad taking control. 3. Political party system and elections. India? Despite challenges, India developed strong political parties like Congress and later the BJP, fostering a stable electoral system. Even when governments were weak, elections continued regularly. Pakistan and Bangladesh. Pakistan's democratic process has been interrupted by military coups, judicial interventions, and the dominance of the army. Bangladesh has had political instability, with major parties engaging in bitter rivalries, leading to military-backed governments. 4. Judiciary and Constitution. India. The Indian Supreme Court has played a key role in upholding democracy and the Constitution. Even during the 1975 emergency, when democracy was threatened, it was restored through elections in 1977. Pakistan and Bangladesh. Pakistan's judiciary has often legitimized military coups, doctrine of necessity, weakening democratic norms. Bangladesh saw constitutional changes that allowed military rulers to consolidate power. 5. Political culture and public participation. India. A culture of political activism, press freedom, and civic engagement has helped sustain democracy. Even amid economic or social crises, democratic institutions remained intact. Pakistan and Bangladesh. Pakistan has struggled with media censorship and political suppression under military regimes. Bangladesh, despite economic progress, has seen democratic backsliding with increasing authoritarianism. The differing trajectories of India versus Pakistan and Bangladesh largely stem from variations in historical experiences, institutional designs, and civil-military relations. Historical and constitutional foundations. Robust constitutional framework. India's post-independence constitution, influenced by British legal traditions, established a detailed framework for checks and balances, an independent judiciary, and a federal system. This helped create a stable, rule-based democracy from the start. Contrast with neighbors. Pakistan and Bangladesh, emerging from different post-colonial and geopolitical contexts, have experienced weaker institutional anchorage in their early years. Their constitutions and political cultures have at times left room for military leaders to justify interventions as necessary to restore order. Civil-military relations. India's apolitical military. A key factor in India's democratic resilience is the military's long-standing commitment to remaining under civilian control. Professional norms and a clear chain of command have kept the armed forces out of political power struggles. Military interventions elsewhere. In Pakistan, the military has often viewed itself as the guardian of national interests, leading to multiple coups. Similarly, Bangladesh's early political instability allowed the military occasional influence over civilian government. Institutional and political culture. Pluralism and political competition. India's democratic system is characterized by a vibrant multi-party landscape, a free press, and active civil society organizations. These elements help absorb political pressures and channel disputes into democratic processes. Fragile democratic practices. In contrast, periods of military rule and political instability in Pakistan and Bangladesh have impeded the deep-rooted development of similar democratic practices and institutions. Broader socio-political context. Nation-building and unity. India's large-scale, relatively unified independence movement and its subsequent emphasis on secularism and diversity helped lay a foundation for democratic legitimacy. Turbulent transitions. Both Pakistan and Bangladesh have experienced more turbulent transitions, including the partition of British India and subsequent internal conflicts, that have contributed to recurring cycles of authoritarian interventions. While India is not without its challenges such as corruption, regional disparities, and communal tensions, its historical commitment to democratic norms, strong constitutional safeguards, and a professional military that stays clear of politics have been crucial in maintaining a vibrant, long-term democratic system. Conclusion: India's commitment to democracy was shaped by its leadership, institutional design, and strong civil-military separation. Pakistan and Bangladesh, in contrast, inherited political instability, weak institutions, and military dominance, making democratic continuity harder. While Bangladesh has improved in recent years, both it and Pakistan still face challenges in maintaining fully stable democratic systems.